What is up, gamers? The Red Dragon here. Got some Xbox One news I wanted to bring to you. So I've got a few different articles or different stories that I'm going to kind of compile into one video. Sometimes I get good stories that I want to do a video on, but it's so short that it's not worth doing a video, so I've kind of let some sit up here. So the first one is, a few weeks ago I did a video telling you that the Xbox One does not come with a headset. Again, Microsoft has reversed their policy. Every Xbox One now comes packaged with a headset. Now, they did show off the headset, and it does look pretty good. The one thing, you know, about the old headsets, the mute function was on the wire. So if you're sitting there playing, you want to mute your microphone, you have to take your hands off the controller in order to reach up and grab that. No longer with the new headset. The new headset, the controls are where you plug in to your controller. So everything is going to be at your fingertips. You don't have to leave the controller. You don't have to take your hands off of it in order to use that functionality. The other thing about the controller is they just released a video where they detail several different changes or features that they've added on with the controller. There's like 40 different improvements, they say. Most of them are so minute that you would probably never know. But there are a few that are worth pointing out. The biggest one probably is that they did mention that the new Xbox One controller has 20% reduction in the input lag compared with the Xbox 360 controller. Now, me personally, I've never noticed any input problems whatsoever. I play wirelessly too, but you know, if you're one of those who wants precision, you play more competitive like, then of course that's going to be good news for you. But we're talking milliseconds here, but still 20% reduction, pretty good there. The other thing is they mentioned about the rumble triggers. We've kind of talked about this a little bit, but they kind of went into a little bit more detail. As far as the developers, they'll have full functionality as far as developing to tell the controllers when these controls should vibrate, how they should vibrate. They said if you're shooting a 50 caliber rifle and you're shooting a submachine gun, they should feel completely different. And if you're shooting a bazooka, it should feel different than shooting a gun. So all these can be developed, and so every time you're firing a new weapon or you're doing something different, like say for instance you're driving a car in a racing game, if you're going over gravel, it's going to feel different than if you're going off in the grass. Or if one tire is spinning, maybe you're taking a turn or something and one tire loses traction, you'll feel that in that side of the controller. So no longer is it just like one vibration that is happening. Your game is going to, I guess, feel a lot more realistic as far as that goes. It's going to give you more interactions with your game. The other thing that Microsoft has come out and kind of detailed a little bit more on is how you will share your digital games. So because games are digital, they should be able to go with you anywhere. So if you go over to a friend's house, you log into your gamer tag, every game that you have is there. So you can take all your games with you virtually, speaking of course. Now your physical games, that's the one thing. If you buy physical games, then that's not going to be there for you. But if you do have digital games, then that will all be there on the cloud. The other thing is anything that you buy on your console at home, anybody who comes over your house, whether it's friends, whether it's anybody else living with you, anybody can sign on, if you have this option on, to turn on your Xbox and play your games, all the features of Xbox Live Gold. You can use all the apps, you can play all the digital library games that person has. So no longer do you have to worry about a game being tied to your personal account. And this was a problem, at least, you know, for anybody who had multiple Xboxes. I used to have 2 Xboxes in the house. So if I wanted to play some games that were purchased digitally, I had to sign in and use somebody else's gamer tag in order to play that game. But now that will all be done away with. The new system allows anybody to sit down, play your console, and have access to all those games. So the other last thing that we have is Xbox One preparing a pretty big, I guess, briefing or press thing going on at Gamescom. That's going to be coming up in just a few short days. I believe it goes on the 21st through the 25th or something like that. So they are going to be giving a full display. This is Microsoft's time to come out and say, okay, we've kind of rewritten everything. We've erased everything that we originally said. So this is what is going to be featured. This is what we've got going on for you, and it's their time to be able to roll out Xbox, I guess, again. They did just confirm today that Phil Spencer is going to be the keynote speaker there, so we will find out in just a few short weeks if there's any more bits of information. I'm sure Sony and Microsoft are going to have plenty more to put out there. Maybe new features, definitely more games that we did not see at E3. So look forward to that. If you want to stay tuned to the latest news and updates, be sure to check in to VGNVideoGamesAndNews.com. Links will be in the description box so you can go read about these stories. And also be sure you follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Those links will be in the description box as well. And you can get all the latest updates as they happen. And you don't have to wait for me to compile all the articles up in one video. And you get it right there. You know it. That does it for me, The Red Dragon. Thanks for watching.